Hey, howdy folks, Rampage here to talk to you about this week's Cruiserweight Classic. This is week 3, so we're a little over, this is going to be starting the second half of the 32-man tournament, the first round, and trying to figure out how I'm going to talk to you guys about these matches, because I can't go into detail of move, counter move, or any of that stuff. So we're going to go really high level. I can give some thoughts on the guys and the matches. But in the end, go watch them yourself. They're on the WWE Network, $9.99 a month. I know, I'm shilling it, but totally worth it. So let's take a look at what happened tonight. Our opening match was Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tyson Dukes. I forget how they say it. It's not Ducks, it's D-U-X, and I'm going to mispronounce it every time because I'm American. It's a French name. Canadian. Amazing effort from both guys. Tyson moves very well for a guy his size. Zack Sabre Jr., my god, the guy is crazy. Like, he moves in like a fluid manner. Like, what I said on Twitter was, he makes water seem rough with the way he moves. Because transitioning from move to move, it's amazing. In the end, he gets the submission by wrapping the guy up in what looked like the rings of Saturn to me. He had one arm behind his back, he grabbed the other arm, but instead of grabbing it by like the wrist or the forearm and pull it back, he actually grabbed it by the fingertips, preventing him from grabbing the ropes and putting pressure on the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the whole kit and caboodle. And Zack Sabre Jr. does advance. Our next match was Drew Gulak versus Harv Sira. Once again, Harv is one half of the Bollywood Boys, so we had once again, sort of a speed-power dynamic there. In the end, Drew picks up the win. He wraps him up in the Dragon Sleeper, cranks back on the neck, and he taps out. Great match there from both guys. From there, we move on to Tony Nese versus Anthony Bennett. Anthony Bennett, I think, is the smallest guy in the Cruiserweight Classic. 147 pounds. Guy's tiny. Tony Nese had almost a 50-pound weight advantage on him. But Nese moves like you wouldn't expect someone like with his frame. He's got that much muscle on his frame, but dude still flies all over the place. He hit the sort of slingshot like Bennett's on the ground in the ring, and Nese is on the outside. He hops over the top rope in the corner, lands on the second rope on the opposite side, and does a moonsault. Pretty crazy. He hits a scoop slam on Bennett and basically climbs up to the top rope to finish him. Ref stops it for a second. I think they were worried about Bennett, but then he goes, okay, he's fine, and Nese hits the 450 splash for the win. Great match. Scary there at the end with Anthony Bennett. Hope he's okay. I guess we'll find out more as we go from here. Last match, the Brian Kendrick takes on Raul Mendoza. This is a great match. I like the story of Brian Kendrick being back in the WWE for the first time in 8 years. They're not touching on the fact that his tag team reign with Paul London has just been eclipsed by the New Day, but we're not bringing current WWE storylines into this. We are just talking about these wrestlers in the context of the Cruiserweight Classic. So you've got more of the speed from Brian Kendrick, but more of the high flying from Raul Mendoza, who's more of your classic Lucha Libre style, a bunch of the dives and other high flying moves. In the end, Brian Kendrick does get him down and basically locks on what they're calling, I think, a bully choke, a bulldog choke. I was trying to look up what this move was, but it's essentially just like a headlock from the side, gets cranking back on the neck. Kind of strange to see him win that way. I was expecting him to pull out sliced bread like it was his previous finisher. But that's how he does it. That's how he wins. Brian Kendrick advances. I thought all the matches this week were really fun. They were enjoyable to watch. Your winners again, Zack Sabre Jr., Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, and the Brian Kendrick all move on to the next round. Next week we'll have our final match of the first 32, and then we'll move into the second round of 16. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.